Right, so I'm making quite a bit of mess here. I've got this rather long piece of beech, which is beautiful and actually quite straight, and I'm stripping the bark off, and I'm using a draw knife which I got off eBay. There's the pile of scrapings down there which I need to clean up, but it's amazing. It's doing the job really well. It's really cleaned this piece of wood up. It's looking rather nice. I'm trying to make a handle, or I will be trying to make a handle for this, which is a quite nice, again, vintage pickaxe, but it's got quite a small handle hole, and I can't find a handle to fit it. So I'm using my draw knife, which I'll show you in a second. Let me just pause this. So, draw knife, which I got off eBay, and I sharpened it up. It's still quite rusty, but I gave it, the blade's got quite a nice sharp edge on it, and it's great. I love it. The actual feeling of stripping the bark with it is really nice. It's really quite therapeutic. So, oops, clunk, there it is. That's my draw knife. So, I hope you can see this. It's quite difficult out here. But that's the piece of beech that I've just stripped with the draw knife, which is down there. It took me a few minutes to do. It didn't take that long at all. And I must admit, that is something I could do all day. That was such a pleasure to do. I really enjoyed doing that. Really nice. Anyway, I don't know if it'll end up as a handle or not, or if I mess it up, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. But what fun, that was really nice. So, draw knife off eBay, sharpened it up a bit. Oops, I moved this back a bit so you can see it. Sharpened it up a bit. Lovely, what a lovely tool. I really don't know if you're going to be able to see this or if I'm going to be able to show you, but with the draw knife, it's, God, I'm going to show. I don't know how to do this. You have to go over my shoulder, I think. With the draw knife, it's cut one, start one end and cut right across. How did that show? I'll try again. Like there. And it uses the full length of the blade for cutting then. So it's not just a yanking down, unless you've hit a couple of hard knots. But yeah, it's that kind of action. I could do that all day. That was such good fun. I really enjoyed using that tool. Really nice. Oops, get out of the way of the camera. Really nice tool. Really nice working on a piece of wood like that. Yeah, do that all day. Right, so while I've got the camera out, a couple of people have asked me to show again how I fill the gas canisters up. So this is the, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, this is the little tiny valve that I use, which goes on there. First thing I do is I weigh them. These ones tend to be, or should be, 185, so that one is 148 at the moment, and I've just had that in the freezer for about 10 minutes. So let's just see if I can get this to 185. It probably doesn't need a lot in, but, and again, I've got this for £1. Some of the sports shops are selling stuff off really cheaply at the moment, so it's that time of the year where they're flogging stuff. So these are going for £1 at the moment, which is okay. Right, so I need to try and see what I'm doing. And off we go. And you do just have to hold it. Oops. There's a bit of gas coming out there, I can see it already, but it should be okay. Ooh, there's more gas coming out than I thought. Oh, you know why? Oh, what an idiot. Oh, sorry about that, I just dropped the canister. I'll try again. Okay, so I can't see a thing because I've got my glasses on. There we go. So you can, the freezing just lowers the temperature and it allows you to get more gas in. So I'm putting a bit of pressure on. I probably don't need to. Yeah, I do. Let's see how far that goes. Let's see what that weighs now. Oh, that's quite full. I seem to have managed to overfill that somehow. Don't know how I managed that. So I'm going to be a bit careful with that now. Notice this one's a bit beaten up. Probably need to buy a couple of new ones soon, but we'll see how it goes. Just a bit worried about that now because I've overfilled it. That was a stupid thing to do. Wasn't paying attention. So what I might do is put my gas stove on it and just let a bit out. Just for safety's sake. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to burn a bit of that off because as the temperature goes down, that will expand. So it's probably quite a good idea. Mind you, I might as well put a cup of tea on while I'm at it. See, the only problem with putting too much in it, as the temperature goes up, the gas will expand. So it's probably quite good while the canister's still cold to get it to the right weight. So, and you can see there I've written on the edge of it 185, which is the weight of it full. Oh, and it's boiling already. Let's have a cup of tea. So I'm away for Christmas this year, and I normally get a Christmas tree, but I saw the prices of them. They're like £40 for a small tree, so I've built one. I scavenged some branches from where the Christmas tree sellers were, and I've basically built one and put it together with some decorations. It's a bit of a ramshackle tree, but it's quite festive. I hope Mr. Tightwad would be proud of me. It's festive. I think my cats like the tree. I just hope they don't knock it down. Be careful, Rago. Be careful. That's not nice, you two. It was the strangest thing. I went to the wood a couple of times and my camera died. Just didn't want to work at all. But today, winter solstice, it suddenly started working again. So I don't know if it was because it was too cold. It was cold, but anyway. So, winter solstice, got my preparations ready. That's the elderflower. Sorry, no, that's the elderberry. First of the year. I'm going to have a go at that later. Sort of a tradition to open it on winter solstice. And I've got a very large log, but I'm not going to burn that. That's the local council guys were pruning our trees back just outside, so I dashed out and got about 5 or 6 decent sized logs off the guy. Nice bit of sycamore, which I'm not burning because it's just been cut, but I think that would be great for carving. But I might use that tonight just as a sort of fire break. I'll see. And then I've got some logs in the fire, but I've put all the scrapings that I did from using my draw knife from a piece of beech. So they're all in there. I reckon they'll go up like crazy. And then I've got my birch bark scraped and ready to go. So that's ready. And then some, I took my little stove out of the hearth for now. And then I've got some other wood chopped down and cut ready to go for later. And, whoops, winter solstice preparations all ready to go. So I think it's at 4:28 today when the actual solstice happens. So a bit of a tradition with me, winter solstice. So I'm looking forward to that elderberry wine. Can't wait. Knocking you. That's my cat. Are you looking forward to winter solstice? Are you? I wish I was a cat. Yes. Got some presents wrapped. Brown paper and string. Nice and recyclable. This is a little Christmas present to myself, which is I got from Japan. It's there you see that? It's a diamond sharpening stone. It's quite hefty, and it's 600 on one side and 150 on the other. But it's not for my knives. It's to actually flatten out my Japanese water stones, because they tend to dish in the middle, and what you can do is use these and rub the stones on to get them even. So that's why I got that. But because I haven't really been using my stones that much, I've been stropping a lot more, and this is a sort of homemade strop. It's just a nice solid piece of timber with a fairly decent thickness of leather on top, and I've been using this, I've been using this green compound. You can see the amount of black on that. I need to scrape that up a bit and reload it, but I found that really good. It's been really good for keeping knives sharp. I haven't really used water stones at all. So I used that on this Condor knife that I got. I've used this a few times now. I know it has a bit of a Marmite image. Some people really like these and some people don't like them at all. But I found it quite good actually. I was quite surprised. I think you can get good ones and bad ones. But all I've done with that is strop it, and it's been fine. It's been a good knife actually. Well, I've used it a few times. I need to use it a lot more. The only thing with it is, it's for my hand size, it's big. If you compare it to my usual trapper knife, that's a much better fit for me. But then again, these I haven't had a problem with it being that big. I've actually found the grip on it quite good. So interesting, but still, you know, reasonably sharp, and I've done quite a lot with it. You get quite fine curls with it. So this wood is very dry, so it's been sitting in my flat for about 6 months, so yeah, it's alright. Oh well, that'll help get the fire going. Yeah, not bad. For a cheaper knife, I mean it's not that cheap, it's about £50 I think, but for a reasonably cheap knife, so I've used it quite a lot. I still prefer my trapper knives, but it's quite nice to batter a knife a little bit. I have battened with it, and I have used it for sort of quite heavy duty stuff, and it's held its edge well. That, I don't think you'll be able to see this, but that stropping really does give it a sort of mirror bevel. Really takes that edge really quite mirrorish actually. It's quite good stuff there. It's like definitely that green compound. I do like it. Right, let's light this fire and get these knives out of the way. Yeah, the sheath on that's quite nice. That's the little carving knife I made the handle for. It's quite nice to use. And my trusty old trapper. Now I reckon this might just go up, but we'll see. Let's see if I can get this going first. Actually, so that's dropped off already. That's what happens when you move things around. Oh, I'm sure it'll go up though. Using my big here, using my big fire steel. Usually goes pretty quickly. Okay, let's get that the middle of that. Okay, right, I reckon that's gonna go like crazy. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, at least I know I've got my draft in my chimney. Whew. Gosh, that has gone fast. I think those shavings are really dry, so... I don't think I'll need these fire sticks. I've got some bigger logs at the bottom of this. Blimey, that has gone. Whoa. Yep. I thought that would go pretty fast. I might keep some of those shavings, they seem to work really well. Take a few of those out with me. Yep. So it's time for the first of this year's Elder. Let's see. Looks pretty clear. Let's taste it. Oh yeah, that's nice. Not the best year for Elder, but nice though. Yeah. Elderberry wine. Really nice colour. Nice smell. What I also tend to do on winter solstice is open my Christmas cards. That's a good one. Christmas game. One word. Bollocks. I think winter solstice is a good time for reflection. And this year it's work less, get out more. But mind you, I said that last year and it didn't work, so I'll have to keep trying. Yep, my camera seems to be working. How strange. Right, I found these in the pound shop. Premium smokeless coal briquettes for £1. So I thought I'd give them a go tonight on the fire. So let's see how they do. Ever so mucky, but I'll give it a go. I think I'll use a stick, because otherwise I'll just get absolutely filthy. I'll go and wash my hands. Yeah, those pound shop coals working quite nicely. They are kicking out some heat, which is nice. So, nice fire for the rest of the evening by the look of that. I'll have to get some more of those. Right, so, just spilled elderberry wine everywhere. Oh well. So happy winter solstice to everyone. Thank you to everybody who subscribed to me and for all the tips and comments and likes, etc. That's really kind of people. Thank you so much. And have a lovely Christmas, New Year, Hanukkah, whatever other holiday that you're engaged in. And I hope you have a lovely time. And hope everyone gets some rest after the manicness. Anyway, cheers. Oh, make elderberry wine, it's great. I can see me drinking quite a bit of that tonight.